assistant for helping you generate those referrals into your business. Though I often get asked, Tiffany, how is it that you have so much time to spend within your BNI membership? Is it worth it? And then people are like, oh yeah, I've got my business stuff and then I've got BNI. And so we're here today, we being myself, and I'm joined from across the world. Tommy is joining us from Singapore. Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Tiffany, and hello, everyone, all the way from
Welcome.
Singapore.
So glad to have you. It's 9:15 in the morning for me. How late is it for you?
It is 10:15 p.m. at 2nd January for me at Singapore.
Yeah, we're going to kick this year off right. And we want to explore
Yeah.
this question. Is BNI separate from my business? Because I hear a lot of times people talk about, I'm doing my stuff and then I'm doing BNI. So Tommy, would love to hear from you in just a moment. Your thoughts on this, though. Before I let Tommy answer that question, he has been a member since 2014. He is a professional magician. And so he's able to really kind of make things happen magically, or you know how that goes. Something nobody knows about Tommy, he is a President Min Medal holder of Singapore, awarded and pinned on by the President of Singapore. So congratulations on that. I always love learning what nobody knows about them. So let's explore this concept. Is BNI separate than my business? What you got for us?
All right, it's going to be a slightly long explanation. Why are we on this topic? Because when people are in BNI, they always say that I have no time for BNI. They look at it as BNI as part of a separate business. However, as a member and as a business owner myself in BNI, it is not separate to me, and it should not be separate for anyone else that is utilizing and onboard this platform. Why would I say so? Very simple. As a business owner alone, we are always constantly looking to expand our network. And we're looking to reach out to more people with more visibility for our business. And that's what BNI is about. It is a cheat code resource for us as business owner. When we are on board, the platform provides the connection, the visibility for us. We just need to be working on it to bring ourselves more business. And hence, by being in BNI, I'm actually doing things that is beneficial for my own business and not separately. And hence, if you are asking me, BNI is part of my business.
I love it. I love thinking of it as BNI is part of my business. And it looks like Mohammed says, looking great, Tommy. So glad to have you watching with us today, Mohammed, very much so. Yeah, this idea of BNI is part of my business. Like, what's that all about? Why is it worth it? Why do we want to find the time? Because, yeah, I hear people all the time, I don't have the time, but why should we make the time?
It is actually very puzzling for me when someone says that they do not have time for BNI. It's as good as saying that they do not have time for their own business. Because when we're in BNI, we are putting ourselves visible to many business owners, not just within our region, our country, also internationally. And by doing that, we are networking. Look at it this way. Without BNI, we are doing butterfly networking outside, hoping to meet the right person. However, in BNI, they are committed business owners and passionate about helping each other grow our businesses. And hence, in BNI, it helps me create the visibility and credibility to bring the right person to us, because people are not just there without commitment. They are not there to butterfly. However, they are there genuinely for business, for ourselves and for themselves, both ways. It's the best way to get businesses, owners get connected to a wider range of business. And hence, you should not always think that BNI is a separate thing and your business is a separate thing. Look at it. When you're doing business, you have to network too. You have to get yourself and your name and your business out there in the market. Hence, BNI is the accelerator. Do you agree with that as well, Tiffany?
I love the idea of, BNI as being the accelerator or the accelerant. Definitely. And we have one of our Facebook users, not sure who this one is, because Facebook's weird. You have to go and get approved to anyway, just put your name for those of you watching on Facebook and we can know. But we do have a Facebook user that loves this and says, yes, it's so true. And if you have questions or comments, again, please do put those into the chat or the comments wherever you're watching. We would love to make sure we answer those. Now, I know for me, I put BNI under my marketing in my business. So if I look at it as a marketing expense, if I look at it as a sales activity, that I think about it as marketing. And I remember early on, somebody was like, again, Tiffany, you spend a ton of your time on BNI. What about your business? And I'm like, well, I get 78% of my business. I was going to say 80, but it was 78% of my business came from my BNI chapter. And if we think about, okay, so if 78% of my business is coming from my chapter, how much time should I spend in my marketing for that 78% chunk of my business? And sometimes people are like, well, I'm just going to spend an hour or two. I'm like, well, you know, are you to spend less than 10% of your time a week marketing, but you want 80% of your business from it? It doesn't really kind of work that way. What are your thoughts?
The logic doesn't match exactly as what you have mentioned, Tiffany. The logic doesn't match. You are spending lesser hours than your own business and trying to use BNI, thinking that it's a separate platform, and you're using lesser hours there and hoping and thinking that you're going to get more out of it. I think that is a mismatch of expectation management. BNI is part of your business. Whatever you're putting into your business is your output. Hence, when you're in BNI doing it for your business, how much time you put in it is the same equivalent result you're going to get as well. The only difference is it's an accelerator. The accelerator to get you connected to the right person that you are looking for and to get you the right business, anchoring business that we are looking for. And hence, any business owner should not have the thought that, oh, I've just spent 2 hours in BNI a week and I expect to be a millionaire overnight in the next 6 months. However, we do meet such people. We need to manage our expectations properly. If your business is only generating you 1 million in a year, how much time are we putting into it? It's like 24/7, 365 days a year, and we are only putting 2 hours a week in BNI and we're expecting the same $1 million results. That is a mismatch, right? Don't you agree with that as well, Tiffany?
Yeah, totally. It's kind of like, just because I've joined the gym doesn't mean that I'm going to get those 6-pack abs without actually doing the workout. And I think sometimes people think BNI is like this magic pill of, I'm here, I'm a member, where are my referrals? But it's just like the gym. You have to use it and you have to work it the right way. Though I think that there are ways to be effective with your time. So if somebody's struggling with, okay, how do I do more? How do I get more from my chapter? Do you have a tip or two on how they can really maximize their BNI efforts? Maybe even saving a little bit of time along the way.
How to maximize your effort is very basic. You don't have to do much. Let's be serious. You don't have to do much. As a business owner, if you're a regular member in BNI, it'll take you roughly about 7 hours a week. It's a forecasted amount of hours, only around 7 hours a week. It includes your one-to-one, your weekly meetings, and trainings. That's all included. And when we talk about training, it's not just about knowledge-wise, it's about networking-wise. When you are attending training, you're also meeting people that's outside of your chapter to do networking. And personally, from my own experience, I have closed deals with members that are not within my chapters that I met through training and networking through other BNI platforms as well. And hence, if you're asking me, as a regular member, you just need to do your one-to-one properly to get the other person to bring you the right referrals easily. Keyword easily. Not complicating things and making it very tough for the person to find you a referral. That's number one, all right? The one-to-ones, get your visibility, put the right weekly presentation during your weekly meetings. And then lastly, trainings. With all this being said, these are not BNI because these are the same skills and the same knowledge and the same technique we can all apply as business owners when we are even outside of the BNI platform. So let's say, example, this week I finish up my 10 hours, my 7 hours in BNI. Then how about the rest of the hours that I'm doing? It's the same thing that we are doing, how we are pitching for our business outside. And we are just doing it the same way, a better way, a much educated and systematic way within BNI that brings us our business accelerated. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. And I was thinking about, doing the one-to-ones and generating the referrals. And you said it can be easy. And one of my favorite podcasts is episode 683. And it talks about one tool for hundreds of referrals. And probably one of my favorites. I've loved this technique, been using it for years. And I was super excited when they actually did a podcast on it. Because I'm like, oh, awesome. So if this is on my must listen to. So if you have not yet listened to podcast 683, for those of y'all watching this, I highly, highly encourage you check it out because it's got some great tips. It doesn't take a lot more time, but it should help you boost up those referrals. And I am all about being efficient and effective. We do have Yang shared really inspirational what Tommy said. So thank you so very much for your comment. Interesting question here. What type of businesses are suitable for joining BNI?
Wow. I've heard this.
Right?
Yeah, I've heard this a lot of time. And I did ask the same questions to much more seasoned members in BNI. However, the results and answer I got back, and I got to genuinely say that I agreed with these statements, is that BNI is for everyone. It's for every business, regardless whether you are a big MNC or you're a small SME, regardless whether you're a product seller or a service provider. It is meant for everyone because every business needs a network and every business needs the word of mouth of referral. Regardless whether you are an online platform, let's just take an example. Even if you're Amazon Prime, all right? I'm not advertising for them, all right? Even if you're them, there's still word of referral. Imagine someone that's never said, hey, I got this great deal there at Amazon Prime. Your friend is not going to go on there to buy it. However, Amazon Prime does not know it because we are just sharing this information with our friends and family members. Word of mouth referral is the most classic and the most basic way of all business. And hence, it is really and genuinely for everyone. However, there's this thing that comes along. It's for everyone, but might not be for anyone. When we say anyone is when you are not ready to be working for your business using the right tools and system. That is all. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, we have a massive list of all these various professions that have been successful in BNI. And I remember there was a podcast that Dr. Meisner did early on where he talks about there was a commercial light bulb salesman. And Dr. Meisner was like, I'm not sure if BNI is going to work for you. The light bulb salesman was like, it'll be fine. And, came back and wild success. And so I'm like, if your goal is to grow your business and referrals help you, then BNI may be right for you. And it's not everywhere. Those 77 countries is how far BNI has gone so far.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
270,000 members worldwide, We're
going to be hitting that 300,000 here pretty soon. And I think when I got in BNI, 75,000 is around how many members were part of the organization. So it has been some exponential growth. And it's an amazing organization because the goal is how can we help more members making more money to create that success that they're looking for. So, Tommy, I know we've talked quite a bit about BNI. Tell us a little bit about what you do when you're not doing your role as you're a support director and a launch director. So when you're not busy in BNI, what are you doing outside of BNI?
Oh, it's still business. I will go out and meet other people for networking. So it's not just within BNI that I'm doing for networking as well as outside. I'm meeting other business owners. I'm bringing out my magician part to go there, to show them the magic, to let them feel the genuineness of the magic. And when I'm not actively networking, I'm also enhancing myself by learning how to be a better business person, how to be a better magician in knowledge wise and skill wise. Yes.
So are you excited that you have in common, Dr. Meisner is an amateur magician, he likes to say. You're the real deal. Do you enjoy that you have that in common with the founder of the organization?
I think there's some like connection here when we are talking, because when I'm in BNI, I see some of the ways of how BNI is doing. It's very much like a magician trying to do things. However, we're not here to trick people, and it's not entertainment. It is real. It is real business that we are talking about. It's real world deal and real working systems right down here. And hence, personally, I'm very enthusiastic about how structured this BNI system, if you know and you're dabbling into magic, you know how systemized and structured is in a mind of a magician. Even though it branch out very bigly and widely, it is still a very structured way of thinking and presenting for us as well. Thank you for asking that, Tiffany.
We got to get the magic into it in some way, shape, or form. So if people are looking to connect with you, how can they find you?
Oh, you can always find me on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Google. Just search for the name Tommillusions, Tomm, illusions with an S. So if I spell every alphabet, it'll be Tommillusions. Tommillusions is my stage name, and the hair does not look this way.
did I get it right here on the screen?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. And thank you, all of you, for your time, for listening. And thank you, Tiffany, for the opportunity, for allowing me to share, because it's been a big topic in BNI, because we always hear people saying that, oh, I have no time for BNI. It's like telling me you have no time for business, for your own business. Yeah. And hence, we are very great to have this sharing with people, and hope that people will start a positive shift in their mindset, that they do not look as BNI as a separate entity away from their business. However, it is genuinely part of their business and our business as well. Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. And I have to agree with our Facebook users. Tommy, it's amazing. It was awesome to have you here with us. I do look forward to seeing y'all next week for our BNI Talks. Thank you for staying up late and joining us, Tommy. And I look forward to seeing y'all soon. So thank you.
Thank you. See you guys. Take care and Happy New Year.
Happy networking, y'all.